Today I'm going to show you how to make a variety of styles of tassels. This is a yarn tassel. I've got a piece of cardboard the length of my desired finished tassel. And as you can see, I'm just wrapping yarn round and round and round. Your tassel will be the depth of both sides of the cardboard, if you get my drift. So when you've got your desired depth, cut your yarn off, thread a needle, thread the yarn underneath and tie a knot to secure your pieces together. Double knot it. Now we're going to cut the opposite end and release the tassel from the cardboard. There we go. So now you're going to fold your yarn in half, like so. Now holding your yarn together, you're going to wrap another piece of yarn round near the top. I'm just going to snip that original tying thread out because we don't need it now. So just wrap round and round, thread your needle with your loose end of yarn and thread underneath and down and through, and that will hold secure. Now all you need to do is trim your ends and you've got one lovely yarn tassel. I've made this one in variegated yarn, which adds a little bit of detail. Yarn tassels look fab on crochet blankets, I'm sure you'd agree. Next up is an embroidery floss tassel. These are great for jewellery. I'm going to cut a strand off of my embroidery floss. Thread a needle again and go through those loops and hold and tie a thread to secure, like we did on the yarn tassel. And it just holds them in place. And you can either keep this thread or cut it off like we did previously. Next up, like we did before, we are going to wrap embroidery floss round. I'm just refolding so that those loose ends are on the inside. This time I've tied a knot to secure those ends. And again I'm going to thread them behind the wrapping. And then simply all we have to do is cut it, and I repeated at the other end to create two embroidery floss tassels which I've made into earrings. Now for a leather tassel. These look great on zipper pulls on your own bags. This is leather I picked up in a car boot sale, which I think would probably be a bit like a yard sale in America. And I'm cutting strips of leather to create like a fringe. These are 2 to 3 mil thick, which is 1/8 of an inch. Once you've done that, we're going to create a little leather loop of another thin strip, and we are going to use fabric tack glue to glue that to one end of the tassel on the inside, the one end of the fringe on the inside. Place glue along the top edge of your fringe. This needs to be suitable glue for leather, obviously. And roll tightly. There you go, one leather tassel. As I say, I love them on zips. I think they just add a really nice touch to the back. This is my denim laptop case. Next up, denim tassels. I love working with denim. As you see on the channel, I've got lots of denim projects. So this is very similar to the leather tassel, in that we're going to make strips to create a fringe. Obviously you can make this as long or as short a tassel as you like. I've gone for a long tassel for this one. Again, I'm cutting strips about 1/8 of an inch, 2 to 3 millimeters. And you're just going to cut all the way across. And then I'm going to add some beads and a pom-pom to the top of this tassel. So I've used embroidery yarn, embroidery floss, and I've threaded it through the bead, and I'm just going to tie a double knot so it doesn't come off the top of the tassel by accident. And then thread that through the centre of a pom-pom too. And once you're happy with that, we're going to glue it to the inside of the pom-pom tassel fringe. Let that dry, and then we're going to follow the same process. I've used E6000. I have to say the fabric tack was a much better glue for if you've got fabric tack, I'd use that for this particular purpose. I do like E6000, but yeah, fabric tack glue is much better. So then very carefully roll it. You don't want your embroidery floss to come out like it did just then. So your best waiting ideally for your embroidery floss to dry before you roll. Keep rolling, and then you can secure it with a pin until it dries. As you can see, I've just added a strip of denim seam around the top to finish off my tassel, and made a keyring out of it. Now this is a upcycled tassel where I just cut a huge variety of different materials to approximately the same length. So I've got embroidery floss, I've got bits of leather, ribbon, strips of denim, and I've even got some mini pom-poms trim. So I'm threading this through a clip because I want to add it as a decor to a bag. And then I'm simply wrapping some yarn around to create the top of the tassel, and as previous I'm going to tie a knot and thread it through. I love working with upcycle materials. To be honest, this is probably my favourite tassel of them all. Again, I'm just going to trim them so they're similar lengths. There you have it. 5 different tassels. Enjoy making. If you've enjoyed watching, subscribe below. Thanks for watching.